Hello, welcome to the Daily Political Tarot Readings here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you so much for being here. I'm here 365 days of the year to take your political questions out of the chat. So just put your questions in the chat before I come on. 10% of my income from everything Black and Orange goes to Feeding America, which is a charity. It provides food to food banks across the country. That is an ongoing thing since the channel was first monetized. And as far as I can tell, until I stopped having this channel. And we have an excellent community. We have excellent troll slayers. It's all because of you. Thank you. Thank you for being so kind to each other. Thank you for being so kind to me. Thank you. And if you're watching this on replay, hello. You go down in the description box. All the questions are listed out there. I timestamp them as I go. And or you can watch the whole thing back on, up the speed to maybe like 1.25 or whatnot. So I do that a lot on YouTube because I watch a lot of YouTube. But anyway, hello everybody. Thank you. Elisa, thank you. That's very sweet. Thank you. It makes a big difference. Thank you. Okay. Now. Oh, Ricky has, and the star of the show, fixing to be on Dancing with the Stars. Boo-boos and kitty, the snoozer. Yeah. But he was in the bathtub, the dry bathtub this morning with one of my hair ties, chasing it around. It was adorable. And of course, Alfie, who I go downstairs. He likes to go in the utility room and I turn the tap on low and I brush him. Little brushings. And I do that twice a day. Plus I spend time with him. But, so yeah, don't trust me. Alfie gets lots of attention. Anyway, all right. Now, today is an important astrological day. I have a feeling. What was I going to? Oh, I know. Okay, today's a very important astrological day. But if you think today, it's like if you normally just kind of roll your eyes and click away when you hear me start talking about astrology. Oh, no. You're going to like this because I found something that I think you will find most amusing. So, and if you, for some reason, just so you know, YouTube, it only counts a view if you watch for at least 30 seconds. So for all your favorite channels, just keep that in mind. Okay. Anyway, here we go. So at 3 minutes in, we are starting with Trump's transits. Now, like, astrology. No. Hang on, because I'm going to read something to you. Trump's astrology transits. Okay, here we go. Oh, it's not letting me. Hang on. I've got it. Hang on. Refresh. Just 1 second. Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you, everybody. I'm trying to refresh. Yeah, reload. Because it was telling me I had no space. And that doesn't make sense to me. All right, 1 more second. Let me just put this here. Put that there. No, it says it's too long. Huh. Okay. All right. I am so sorry. I'm having a technical issue right here. It'll take me just 1 second. Hold, please. Talk amongst yourselves. I'm going to have to get rid of this, and hopefully that will be enough. Save. Okay. All right. Hopefully that will do it. So I'll be able to timestamp things. Okay. So at 4:45. Sure. That's appropriate. 4:45, Trump's astrology transits. Now, this, I was looking at his transits this morning, and one of the websites I use quite a bit is astroseek.com. And the great thing about AstroSeek is not only will it give you the when you're looking at a chart and you're looking at like where the planets are in the sky, it will actually give you it will give you the aspects between what's actually in the sky and what's in your chart, which other websites like astro.com they don't do, which anyway. So I went to astroseek.com and I put in Trump's transits. That's the database. Where is it? Where is it? Transit. I think it's this one. Yeah, because I was looking at this. This is Donald Trump and his transits for today. And a lot of these are going to, because these things move, relatively slowly. Excuse me. A lot of these are going to be in effect. The moon will move on, but other than that, these all will apply next Monday or whenever. So not only do you get this great, you get told where things are and what the aspects are, but it has this lovely summary, like what the different things mean. And I found it so funny that I decided to bring it back over here and share it with you. Let me stop this screen, put this back up, and here we go. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Maggie Who. Thank you. Thank you. Here we go. So, Apple, no. You can handle astrology. You can handle it. Watch this. Okay, you ready? This is from astroseek.com. The sun is transiting Trump's 9th house, which is, by the way, a lot of these planets are in his house of law, which means a whole lot of law stuff going on, potentially, which is good. Okay. But his transiting sun in the 9th house, this transit usually brings new discoveries. It's a good time to travel longer distances and get to know different cultures. As of today, the transiting moon's in the 9th house as well. It sparks a desire for freedom. Personal development is one of the main motivations of these days. You'll be absorbing knowledge like a sponge. You want to broaden your horizons, break out of the routine. You just want to feel independent. Now that's temporary, but this, the sun, and then these other things. Mercury is also in the 9th house of law. It's one of the best times for studying. If you want to enroll in a university, Venus is in the 10th house. You may meet someone who will help you professionally. I'm thinking lawyers. Your colleagues will like you and respect you, or use you for, to push their own fascist agenda, whatever. Do not be afraid to use this social influence for career advancement. Mars is in the 11th house. You will be attracted by people who share your values, and you may organize a community event together. You will attend plenty of social events and activities. Mars is also in, Mars is also in Trump's 9th house of law. You will have a unique opportunity to travel and meet people from different backgrounds. Saturn's in the 8th house. I'm in the second column now. Saturn's in the 8th house, which is one of the most difficult. It has the potential to change your life forever. You'll be faced with fears that you have on a conscious or subconscious level. If you have any addiction, it will resurface and you will have to cope with it. Your obsessions, impulsive need for control and power, or attachment to material things, especially money, may also appear during this transit. There may be frustration and dissatisfaction when you are unable to get what you want. During the transit, if Uranus is going to be in his 10th house, you will experience a change in your career and relationships with people in authority. Definitely, I think he's going to experience a change in his relationships with people in authority. I think that's okay. You may also discover a new career path you want to try, or you may long for more freedom at work. This is because in this period, you find it hard to take orders, like when to get up, when to go to sleep, when meal times are. Neptune, transiting Neptune, is in his 8th house. That means during this period, you may encounter problems in shared finances or assets. And finally, transiting Pluto is in his 7th house, which changes the dynamics in your relationships. This change will mainly concern conflicts of power and control. You may become aware of people working against your interests. You will tend to attract people who have malicious intentions with you, or who will tend to control you. So those are, according to astroseek.com, these are Trump's transits right now. It's going to be, he's going to travel, break out of routine. He will he may organize a community event and attend plenty of social events and activities. He will have a unique opportunity to travel and meet people from different backgrounds. He will be faced with fears that he has not conscious and subconscious level. And if he has any addiction, it will resurface and he'll have to cope with it. And yes, Trump will experience a change in the relationships with people in authority. So, yeah, happy Pluto enters Aquarius Day, everybody. All right. Michelle says meeting people from diverse backgrounds equals the jury. Yes. Yeah. So I had to share. All right. Let's put this here. He's not. Boo Boo is on the chair, so I can put this over here. Okay. So, yes, Pluto's entering Aquarius today, and it'll be in Aquarius for a number of months, and then it'll retrograde back into Aquarius, and then it'll go forward into Capricorn, and then it'll retrograde again, just barely back into Capricorn, and then it'll go forward. So in 2025, it will really fully be in, Pluto will be in Aquarius, but today is the big day, and Pluto is the plow. It hits a sign, and it just starts plowing through it, kicking up all the things related to that. It starts, and anything that doesn't have strong roots, it will kick up so we can deal with it and get rid of the gunk and the scum and the everything that's sickly and bad. It can also just start a whole new era. It very much starts a whole new era. And we'll be dealing with a lot of Aquarius. This one's the water bearer, the symbol of Aquarius. We'll be dealing with a lot of Aquarian themes. Aquarius rules technology. It rules humanitarianism. And it rules the collective. So anyone who's during this time who's telling you about, well, it's, age of Aquarius, or we're in Pluto and Aquarius, and, it's going to be about the individual. It's like, no, it's not. Aries is about the individual. Aquarius is about the collective. So, and this is where Pluto was, in the US chart, our Pluto is in Capricorn. But the Declaration of Independence isn't when the war started. It wasn't when the war was going on, rather. Pluto was in Aquarius. So it was plowing through that field of equality and kicking all that up. So, congratulations, Electra Storm. Something good happened with Electra Storm. Excellent, excellent. RN Swan says you can't make a fresh bed until you remove the dirty sheets and expose the foundation. Exactly. Yeah. So a lot of this is going to come up. I had assumed that I was really wondering if, and I still wouldn't put it past, because Pluto's actually going to be in Aquarius for longer than it was in Capricorn. And that's not usual, because Pluto's got an elliptical orbit. It's going in an oval, and it's not even flat with the plane of the other planets that are going around in a circle. It's actually at an angle, and it's going in an oval. In fact, in 1999, Pluto was closer to us and the sun than Neptune. So anyway, so it's actually moving out of one of the shorter, it kind of zipped through a lot of the signs over the 20th century, but now it's going to be in Aquarius starting basically today, off and on, but then, and it will be here until 2043. So before it was 2008 to 2023. Now it's going to be 2023 to 2043. So we're going to be dealing with a whole lot of technological stuff. I think we will have internet disruptions. We will get, because so much of our lives are online, and the technology is still moving forward. And this is a whole new frontier of safety, but also Wild West. And I mean, there are hackers, but there are all of these different things, and we're going to be okay. But over the next 20 years, technology is going to, I'd say blossom, but it's going to be just more like explode. And Aquarius is traditionally ruled by Saturn, which is quite dour. But since we discovered Uranus, we realized quickly that Uranus rules Aquarius. And Uranus is that planet that's spinning sideways. It got knocked over at some point in its past. So its axis isn't up and down like ours or every other planet. It's actually at a steep angle. And it's got some like mini like rings. So there's all kind of stuff happening, and the energy off of Aquarius is out of the blue, sparks of genius, but also just weirdness and the unexpected. So we're going to get a lot of that. I do believe, since there's usually a major event when Pluto goes into a new sign, there's usually some major event right around that time that really speaks to what's going to happen during that time period. Like Pluto went into Leo, the sign of kings, who are autocrats, who are authoritarians. But it went into the sign of authoritarians, Leo, in 1937. And right after that, it was a war against authoritarianism, against fascism. And in 1971, Pluto went into Libra, which is about relationships. and fairness. And divorce became more socially acceptable. But the big thing was Roe versus Wade. And birth control becoming more acceptable. And that changed things wildly. So it just depends on what sign Pluto entered Capricorn in 2008, which is about status. Think of them, it's the symbol of Capricorn, think of those mountain goats, where they're like way up on the cliffside or a brick wall, but they're like 100 feet off the ground and on this little tiny ledge, and they're just standing there like, yeah, Pluto rules, Capricorn rules status. Its symbol looks like a haute couture logo, and it rules skyscrapers and the aristocracy and money and that kind of status. So in 2008, when Pluto plowed into Capricorn, it looked at everybody who had the status of being a homeowner, but who it wasn't based on strong roots, and just went, whew. So what I believe what's going to happen here, and now I'm almost done. What I believe what is happening here, I believe the big thing that this Pluto and Aquarius will be remembered for, and what we're really going to be dealing with, one of the major things we're going to be dealing with for the next 20 years is AI. Because within the last year, so leading up to this, it's just been this explosion of Chat GPT, Midjourney, Wall-E, not Wall-E, AI generated imagery, Midjourney or Chat GPT. Microsoft and Google are starting to incorporate AI in their products, although a lot of it's still being tested. So Apple says, any questions? Anyway, so Kathy Ritchie says, I'm also scared of AI, not knowing what to expect. I don't think we need to be scared. I really don't. I really don't. I think we're going to be okay. Have a great day, Trillium Tarot. Thank you, Stephanie. GM Dave says high tech will expand. Yeah. So there will also be a more emphasis on the collective. I'm sorry, I've got this one here driving me crazy. There's going to be more emphasis on the collective and humanitarianism. So us working together for the good of the planet, the good of the collective. There'll be a big emphasis on that. And also, because we're getting out of Capricorn, you'd think that everything wouldn't be so gray, because Capricorn is all about that kind of classy, wearing solid black or gray, or very cream, or it's a very classy kind of. Capricorn is all about being classy. Well, Aquarius, you think, well, we'll get some color. Well, we'll definitely get some color, but what we're going to get is silver. We're going to get electric stuff. So we're going to get clothes that have integrated stuff. We're going to, there's a whole lot of technology. So that begins today, officially. All right. So let's actually start with the question at 2430 of 2430. Do we need to be afraid of AI? Let's ask. Just straight up. Right now, oh, Dr. Nancy says silver and electric blue. There we go. Yeah. Do we need to be afraid of AI? I mean, is AI going to become a problem? Because frankly, right now, it's not as easy to work with as people are saying. It can do amazing things, but if you're trying to work with it, you have to figure out how you're going to work with it and where it's actually useful. Dave says platinum is a silver in color and it's a superconductor. Exactly that kind of stuff. Yeah. Kelly, do you think Pluto will take Trump out? It's sitting in his chart in a way that he can't take advantage of this energy. It's in conjunct his ascendant, his Mars, how he takes action, how he puts himself out in the world. He can't, this energy, it's not integrating with his energy, so he can't take advantage of the upside of this, which is huge. He's got other issues going on. All right. There's a lot to learn. If matter of fact, this morning I signed up for, I found an article apparently today at Udemy. This is not sponsored. I don't have a sponsored link. I've got nothing. I ran across an article. It listed a few free short videos on using ChatGPT for like time management. Was one I signed up for to watch, and the other was on like finding keywords for blogging or something. So those were free, so I signed up for a couple of those. I haven't had a chance to watch them yet. I just found them. And so I'm still trying to learn. I'm trying to wrap my head around this. Yes, this is amazing and it will get easier. But there are some great tools out there that most people aren't using. And they're not even sure how. I mean, I plan on making, I'm actually going to have a whole new channel on basically using how to organize a small business, especially using color, and how it makes my life so much easier and makes things possible that wouldn't be otherwise. And one of the websites I use is Notion. And I could show you, I can find information quickly. I can, I've got a place to organize my thoughts, my stuff, and other, Sarah could go in and find stuff for me. It's fantastic. But I don't know that many people who use it. I've even started using it for some personal stuff. So if I need a piece of information, I can just go doop, doop, doop. There it is. So, and yes, the channel is called Color Organization. So it's at this moment, it has no videos. I did create it, and it has a logo. It's a color wheel with like a C with an O. Excuse me. So it's a lot. It's a burden. Before we freak out, we've got to even just figure out what to do with it. Because what we've learned from movies is wildly simplified. Wildly simplified. Thank you. Ace of Swords. This is the beginning. This is air signs. This is everything to do with internet communication, movement. Yeah, this is Ace of Swords. That's exactly what we're talking about. And working. This is a card of the Eight of Pentacles is a card of working. These are decisions. This is also in computing the 011s, because that's really what the computer is. There was years, it was a number of years ago, there was somebody who was saying, your computer's broken Basically the whole calculator is broken. And the person just said, well, it's all right, I don't use a calculator much. And it had to be explained to them that, no, you don't understand it. The whole computer's a calculator. And it's zeros and ones. And even quantum computing, it's just faster zeros and ones, is my limited understanding. There's so much good we can do, and there will be so many ways that, I mean, think of all the life hacks you've learned from the internet. Think of how much the internet has improved your life. There's so much good stuff, and we're just starting. We are just starting. Electra Storm says, I think the fear is the wrong people get their hands on new things and turn it against us. Or, thank you, lucky girl. We're a long way from sentient AI, and we are just beginning. Just beginning. As I said, it's going to be great. I'm excited for it. So am I. Valerie says, I wonder if this technology will assist us in reaching beyond the veil. We're going to learn so much because we're already connecting in a way that information comes together and more people get access. And then you get computers who can take all this vast amount of information and they can do more with it, and they can make connections that we haven't made yet, where it's going to be like, oh, okay, it's going to see things. Cheryl Clark says, all the hacking though. Well, they'll definitely, I mean, there's already hacking, there's already, some negative stuff associated with the internet. But there's going to be so much good. And even right now, I'm sure there are people who, when more and more of us started having computers in our homes, there are a lot of people who are like, we're going to all get hacked. You cannot have your financial stuff on your computer. It's never going to work. It's too dangerous. No, they've found ways to make it safer. So, Layla just said, I have a fear that AI will become sentient and think that humans are a virus that needs to be eradicated. I don't get that. And I'm not getting the kind of crazy cards that this is all just day-to-day stuff. This is all minor arcana. Roxy says, no one wanted those newfangled machines to replace the horse and buggy. But look at us now. Yeah. Have a great day, Eileen. So, I think we're going to be okay. I really do. Hang in there. All right. Cards are coming right off the top of the deck. There's going to be so much. The world's going to look very different 20 years from now. It really is. And there's so much great technology. And if you look, and the other thing is, maybe I'm not the person to talk to because I am a huge Star Trek fan. Some people are like, do you like Star Wars or Star Trek? First of all, I'm like, yes. I just like sci-fi. But I really like Star Trek. And I'm very optimistic about our future. I really am. And yes, we are going out into the stars. And yes, we are going to find miraculous things that we're going to discover miraculous things and be able to do things right now we can barely wrap our heads around. It's going to be glorious. And it's going to be hard, and there's going to be good and bad, but there's good stuff coming. So Valerie says, hey, maybe I can create me a man. Elizabeth says, I get this feeling that if we made an AI, we can break it too. That's probably that's probably true. Mystic Dax. Dax? Star Trek World is what I've been waiting for my whole life. Yeah. There's good stuff coming. World. Whole new world. And by the way, if you're new around here, hello. I don't talk about, or I don't really talk about like boomers and Gen X and Gen Y and Gen Z and millennials, and no. You can go back and it exactly fits the Pluto and Leo generation. Pluto and Leo, Pluto and Libra, Pluto and Scorpio, Pluto in Capricorn, Pluto in the Pluto and Aquarius generation. Imagine what they are going to come up with, what they're going to be raised with. So 8 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles, 8 of Wands, 7 of Cups, Lovers. There will be disturbances in our personal relationships. We will spend more time in not things that are not fully reality, or we'll be able to. I wouldn't be surprised if we get to the point in fairly short order where it's not so much holograms. Like in the movies, you get the holograms that you're moving around as you're doing working with a computer. I wonder if it isn't more like the way that they film a lot of modern sci-fi, like The Mandalorian. The Mandalorian is actually being filmed in a huge. It's like a gargantuan wraparound TV. LED. And they're able to adjust the lighting so it's hitting because this part is so bright. That's because they've got the bright part there. It's actually lighting the people themselves. So there's a whole lot of that going on, and I'd be surprised if we don't get some of that at some point, where to go into our computer or where we're spending the day or part of the day, we're just walking into a big wraparound, and we're just move that and go here, and I'm gonna go. Let's go look around. Tokyo. Yeah, I got 10 minutes. Oh, look at that. Huh. Ooh, that's pretty. I want to go to Kyoto for lunch. During my lunch break. Oh, that's lovely. So I'm getting it. There's going to be so much working, helping people, finding creative ways to help people. Uranus, which rules Aquarius, is very much the humanitarian and very much thinking outside the box. So there's good stuff coming. All right. Trish says, I love sci-fi too, as long as we don't end up in a Terminator situation. I saw a picture the other day, and I think this will put it into perspective for you. Where did I put that picture? Because it was amazing. I have so many cat memes. Oh my gosh, it's embarrassing. We're talking about, the movie making. That was Rocky. That was Hunt for Red October. I know I saved this picture. Where is it? Hang on one second. There it is. This was on Board Panda. And so See if you can make that out. That, yeah. That's the Terminator. The 1984 Terminator, it was stop action dolls. Seriously. So just to keep that in perspective. Just saying. Oh, and Hunt for Red October. That's a really cool. This was the set. That was the Red October set. So that's Sean Connery and Baldwin there in the center. So it was physically moving and creaking, and anyway. So that was on Board Panda, where it had a bunch of things like that. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, and in I keep things in perspective. The movie Alien, when they went into the room or the aliens, and they went in the room, and there was the huge alien there, who was just like a kind of like an elephant kind of guy. That one, and then the humans in their spacesuits, they were walking up to it, and this thing was just massive. The actors in the spacesuits were children, so that the set they had built would look even bigger. So Frida Smith says, I don't like the robo dogs though. I kind of like the robo dogs. I know I'm unusual, but I think they're great, and I think it's safer. And if it means you can get a camera into a hostage situation where, you can get a screen where you can talk to somebody face to face, as it were, and nobody's going to get hurt. Yeah, let's do that. All right, so all right. Well, all right. Let's get to some other questions. I know I talked for a long time. Okay, and this is what does Aquarius really mean? And I'll have to go find the timestamping on that. But if I don't type it up now, I will forget. So at 43:30, let's look at some modern day political stuff. All right, Alvin Bragg. Okay, so you guys have heard K9 from Doctor Who. Awesome. Okay, Jim Jordan, you know how Jim Jordan and those idiots, they sent a letter to Alvin Bragg and said, you have to come down here and talk to us because this thing against Trump is motivated by politics, blah, blah, blah. They have all they could do was ask. They can't subpoena him. They're basically trying to interfere in an ongoing investigation and potential prosecution, and that's all kinds of illegal. But they're using it to So they sent that to Alvin Bragg. Alvin Bragg told Jim Jordan where he could put his congressional inquiry. Complying would interfere with law enforcement. The GOP letter is an unlawful incursion into New York's sovereignty, and Congress is not the appropriate branch to review a pending criminal case. Now, the question here is, will Jordan back off? Alvin Bragg told Jim Jordan where he could put his congressional inquiry. Yes. justice, accompanied by, anyway, moon, ace of wands, sit down, 7 of cups, 8 of wands, knight of swords. What I'm getting here is this is a whole bunch of noise. This is a whole bunch of just garbage, fake outrage, completely made up. This is unlawful. This means nothing. Jim Jordan was saying the thing was strange. It was a bookkeeping error. Even one of Trump's lawyers today is saying how it's totally legal and it's totally fine. And there, I think it was Ari. Was it Ari yesterday had a split screen between this lawyer today and what he's saying and what the exact opposite things the lawyer was saying in 2019. One, the other. One, the other. One, the other. Just ridiculous. And this is well, we're just going to keep fighting and they're going to keep trying. And none of this is going to affect the fact that Trumpty Dumpty is going to, what was it? Travel longer distances, get to know different cultures. He's going to have a unique opportunity to travel. Oh, and he may have some problems. Oh, a change in his career and relationships with people in authority. That they can make a lot of noise, a lot of this minor arcana noise, but they can't do squat. So, yeah. Oh boy. Okay. The next question. Oh, Trump. Oh, I'm not going to lie. I'm enjoying him just going off the rails. Go ahead, Trump. Would you like a little... I don't have a little, like, shovel that I can lend him so he can just dig himself deeper. Because that is the rule of holes. When you're in one, quit digging. Anyway, so he was digging this morning. This morning, Trump is calling for an end to peaceful protesting. Quote, our country is being destroyed as they tell us to be peaceful, unquote. Will unrest follow? From the 10, 15 people who showed up for the rally outside of Trump Tower. And there were more journalists than there were protesters. Exactly, Ricky. Every time temper tantrum Trump opens his mouth, a new crime is committed. Yes, Joyce Vance is very wise. She said, everywhere Trump goes becomes a crime scene. So he's calling for an end to peaceful that can't possibly blow up in your face, can it? Fool. He's always gotten away with whatever he wants. He has zero coping skills. He has the emotional intelligence of a brick. Tower. 8 of Wands, King of Pentacles, Strength, and 4 of Cups. Nah, we're okay. This is Trump Tower, metaphorically. I get the 4 of Wands for Mar-a-Lago, which is kind of Trump's base of power, but this is Trump Tower, and I'm getting this one for Grift Co. going down. for all the stuff that he did for the businessman. He did. This is the women who were putting him in his place, and then this is him. I'm not going to listen to this. Do you know who I am? Ladies and gentlemen, we have someone at Mar-a-Lago who does not know who he is. If anyone knows who this man at Mar-a-Lago is, please report to Mar-a-Lago. Do you know who I am? That's Trump's business. That's not actual. I'm just not getting big protest energy. I'm just not. Kelly says, I'm mob business. Kathy Delisle says that Eight of Wands looks like the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune. Whether it is nobler in the mind. Little Hamlet. Knight of Cups. They're Bragg, Letitia James, Fonnie Willis, Jack Smith, and more. E. Jean Carroll. Did Swalwell drop his civil case against Trump? I can't remember. I hope not. The DC police who were hurt on January 6th, they can civilly sue Trump. So yeah, they're lining up. Starting to look like in the Lord of the Rings when the soldiers from Rohan appeared on the on the hill outside Helm's Deep, and the sun came up. Yeah, there's all the cases coming against Trump, and look, it's Orc Jim Jordan, Hierophant, Knight of Swords, Six of Swords. So this is institutions from all over. The aggressive law enforcement and the potential of you need to come here to be arraigned, you need to come here for trial, you need to come here for depositions, you need to come here for sentencing, you need to come here for etc., etc., etc. Travel and meet new people. Divine Clarity says, I believe Swalwell's suit is part of the officer's suit. Did they combine them? Oh, man, oh day. Okay. I did not write down what time that was. I think it was somewhere around 48 minutes. See, this is what happens when I'm not taking notes. That's not good. It takes a long time to go back and find the timestamps. Anyway, okay. So we're about to agree with Joe Scarborough here. 5340. Something that does not always happen, but Joe Scarborough is really tired of Donald Trump. I think we're all in agreement. Huh? What do you make of this grifting thing where Donald Trump, he knew he wasn't going to be charged Tuesday, but he went ahead and did it as a fundraising grift. He's raised, $1.5 million lying about his pending indictment. So why does he want to be handcuffed? He wants to be handcuffed because that means more money. Unquote. Yes. Yes. Will Trump continue to make money from his legal woes, or has he tapped his funds nearly dry? His suckers, you mean? That would be his suckers who don't have much money. And by the way, he's a billion. I'm really rich. He's a billionaire, right? Why would he need your money? He has $1 billion. He could cover all of this. He doesn't need your money. Honestly, why are you sending this man money? You worked really hard. You're scraping by. Why? He's a billionaire. Jeff Bezos, he's a billionaire. If he was in legal trouble, would you send him money? No, he doesn't need it. Why would Trump need it? So is this money going to keep pouring in, or is Trump gotten to the point where he's starting to tap out? Queen of Wands. Oh, there are plenty of... Oh, he's not the only one trying to grift on over this. There are all kinds of people on the far right who are trying to use this to raise money. That's why they're yapping so loud. King of Swords. Hanged Man. 10 of Cups. 9 of... Yeah, he's going to keep trying. And suckers are still going to send him money. Apple says $1 million is a lot. Yeah, $1.5 million apparently. Tina Rogers says they just won't quit. And that's what this is saying. They're going to come after him. He's going to pretend that this is the worst thing ever. We are going to be pleased to see him start being held accountable. But he's still making money, sitting pretty. And by trying to get people to rail against this... Hey, if this weakens the Republicans for 2024, go ahead. Anna says that would be common sense. That's not what his followers have. Yes. Okay. So Laura Ingraham gave Trump, oh my gosh, this is so good, 57. Laura Ingraham gave Trump some unsolicited advice. On her show last night, ways that she thinks he could do to rehab his image. Thank you, Valerie. Thank you, Valerie. Okay, so Laura Ingraham gave Trump some unsolicited advice on her show last night in order to rehab his image and have a successful bid for 2024. Among the top 2 things, he should stop talking about himself. Yeah, that's going to happen. And stop talking about 2020. Yeah, that's not going to happen either. Does she actually think he will listen? Is Fox done with Trump for good? I think that's the second one. But man, he needs to stop talking about himself. It's like telling the sun not to give off warmth. Page of Cups. Okay, Page of Pentacles. King of Cups. 6 of Wands. 3 of Swords. Hermit. Let's just say he doesn't have the greatest control over his emotions. Just throwing that out there. A little bit childish. Just a little. This, first of all, 2020, you lost. And Joe Biden's president. And he can't accept that. Or he doesn't want to accept it. This is his idea of victory. But there are all these legal swords through the heart and intense isolation and scrutiny. It feels kind of start-stop tripping on, like if you're trying to walk down a path and there are big horizontal grooves And so you're walking along and you trip on one and you pull yourself up, and then you trip on something else and you straighten up, and it feels like that. He's not going to stop talking about himself. He's not going to stop talking about 2020. He's no. And it's just worse and worse and worse. If he had not done such heinous things, I would feel sorry for him. But he did. The second question here is actually about, is Fox done with him? At 15. Is Fox done with Trump for good? Evelyn says, remember when he walked in front of the Queen Elizabeth? Yeah. Good grief. Is Fox done with Trump for good? They're really nervous about this Dominion thing. This could hit them hard. And so some of them are just trying to just hold it together, just do the job, do what they've done. But there are more lawyers around getting involved on what they should and shouldn't be saying. It's not fun at Fox News right now. Good. But they still have a lot of money and a lot of people watching. So 10 of Pentacles, the dynasty. Yeah. Kelly B says, showing up as pages is a sign of immaturity, lack of grown when reading. Oh, thank you, Marby. Thank you. Kelly B, showing up as pages is a sign of immaturity, a lack of grown when reading on a grown man in his 60s. It would be different to show pages in a reading on a 20-year-old or a teenager. Oh yeah, that would just be them. I get for Evil Mannequin Jared, he almost always comes up as the Page of Pentacles. Always. But anyway. 6 of is Fox. Fox News is facing their own legal problems. 6 of Swords, Queen of Wands, 6 of Pentacles, Devil, Queen of Swords. Trump isn't even here. He's not in any of these cards. They are focused on their own issues. So they're not in his corner and they're not against him. They're just trying to get through this and stay afloat. So okie dokie. At 104. Now this is just okay. At 104. Oops, where did that go? Uh-oh. Yeah, this thing messed up. Try to erase everything before. Here. Okay, 104. 45. Okay. This is okay. Just go like this. Just go. Okay, and save yourself the time. All right. The good news for Trump and Joe Exotic is that he can legally run for president from jail. With most visitations taking place over video call these days, he could even attend debates virtually. Will Trump continue his campaign behind bars? Kathy Ritchie says, oh no, when Autumn puts her hand on her forehead. Yeah. So will Trump continue his campaign for presidency behind bars or the equivalent? Callie says, but he won't be able to vote. Mm-hmm. Yep. Secrets. We don't see much of him because he can't leave where he is. Nine of Swords, King of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, Judgment, Ace of Cups. Well, we want him to on this side. On this side of the aisle, go ahead, do your thing because it helps elect Democrats. Him, sleepless nights behind bars of some nature. He's still a Republican, still has followers, but there's big judgment. It's not nobody. Yeah, go ahead, do it. Go ahead. Somebody please indict him. Sorry, somebody please indict him. Somebody please convict him on the evidence, and someone please sentence him to the full extent of the law. Please. Go ahead. Go ahead. Do it. Is it going to happen? I think so. I really don't. This is potential. The Five of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, Nine of Cups. All of this legal stuff and all the January 6th legal stuff that's coming, it's not going to help Republicans. Trump, the diehard followers, they're going to feel out in the cold. Like they don't have a candidate who fully reflects their views. But there will be Republicans. But all this really helps Democrats. So that's what I'm getting. Joanne Smith. Really? Holy heck. All right, what did Joanne Smith say? Hang on. What happened? Joanne Smith says Donald Trump just posted a photo of himself holding a baseball bat next to a photo of DA Bragg. Really? Donald Trump at DA Bragg. It doesn't look like it's hit Google yet. Oh, here it is. So, oh yeah, here we go. All right, let me share this. At 1:10. Let me make a note of this. 110. Trump posts photo of himself holding a baseball bat next to a photo of Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg. 110. Mm-hmm. Okay, bam. Huh. Why are you... Boy, you're really unhappy with something. I am totally out of space. And I was doing so well. All right, I'm taking the disclaimer out for the moment. This is entertainment only. Keep that in mind. All right, so Trump at where am I? At 1:11:15. Let's say that 1:11:15. So this moron. Yeah, Apple does look like a threat. Trump posts article with photo of himself holding a baseball bat next to a photo of Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg. I don't know. The article is something just 10% of Manhattan residents voted for the anti-Trump DA in the 2021 election. Who cares? It's the baseball bat next to the picture. Yeah, exactly, Kathy Delisle. Hint, hint. No. I have had this channel, and I have been very clear that I am very much against violence. I don't want to hear threats against Trump on my channel. I don't want people saying they want him to be sick or ill or pass away, or to be assaulted in prison. No, none of that. I want justice for this man. That's it. I want him in court based on evidence, and based on evidence, I want him to be held accountable to the fullest extent of the law, and that's it. And this blankety blank is with the threat. This is a big no-no. This is a bigly no. Three of Cups. Well, we're on indictment watch, so we're just like, enjoy your weekend. Seven of Cups, Knight of Swords, Four of Pentacles, Three of Swords, Star. This can be held against you in a court of law. Seriously. You say, oh, it's a metaphor. No. No, this is an image promoting violence. He'd be lying about it. This is aggressive law enforcement. He's freaking out. You do not have a leg to stand on here. Legally, this is stupid. And whoever his lawyers are, whatever gumball machine lawyers he's put 2 quarters in a machine for, they're having a stroke at the moment. And then the Star, you're about to be the center of attention, dude. This feels like a big Suburban Housewife says Alex Jones got in trouble when he used his platform to threaten his judge. Joyce says, let's see how the Republicans spin this one. I don't think they're going to bother. I think they're going to pretend this didn't happen. Well, it's just a picture. Whatever. Electric Storm says he's asking for his base to hurt Bragg. Yes. I mean, there was a video this morning of Bragg arriving at work, and the car pulled up. The SUV pulled up, and he's surrounded by bodyguards. They're looking around. He gets out, and to go from the SUV up just across the sidewalk, up like 3 stairs, and then in through the door. And his bodyguards are just watching everything. Yeah. Donald Trump is scum. Scum. So, is he going to be held accountable for this? He feels like he's sitting pretty. He can do whatever he wants. 5 of Wands, King of Wands, Moon. It for what it's worth, it feels like, when he ends up in court, this kind of stuff will be brought up. This is Trump the man. He's not the president. And it doesn't matter what he thinks he can get away with trying to stir up the base. This is him howling at the moon. You don't do that. Kelly says he can. He does. I don't think this is going to blow past. I mean, it could, but I just have a feeling. I don't think this is just going to. Joyce says when they put the crosshairs on Hillary, nothing happened, but she wasn't a prosecutor. She wasn't a judge. There's a reason that you don't do this to the prosecutor or a judge in a case you're in. Yeah. Kelly says, oh dear me, imminently he'll get a stern warning. Look, I'm not saying he's going to prison. I'm just saying this is a big no. And he's a child. Okay. So I'm not saying this is what's going to put him in prison. I'm saying I think he's going to end up in worse shape in court because of garbage like this. I think this will actually play into some how he's treated. So for what that's worth. But it's also really frustrating right now because we are on indictment watch. And it's hard. It's hard because we are afraid that nothing's going to happen or he's not going to be held accountable. But from what I've picked up, he will. He will. So there's some other questions here, but I am kind of running out of time. So I do want to look at this last question that came up because it's nice. It's a nice thought. I want to leave with a happy thought today. 11915. Serena had a question. 11915. The LA Times is reporting that Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass expects that in her 100th day, by her 100th day in office, which will be Tuesday, that they will have housed 4,000 homeless people. In 100 days, 4,000 homeless people housed. Excellent, 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 excellent. That's lovely. Will other major cities follow this example to help unhoused people? Yes, Kelly, good work. Spirit Watcher Suzanne says, great news. Kelly B says, that's awesome. Kathy Ritchie says, that's wonderful. Teddy says, congratulations. Cindy says, wow, great. Yeah. Jane, I don't know exactly the details, but I just like this. Love your fellow man. Care about others. Yeah, look, I may not be Catholic anymore, but I was paying attention in all those years at Catholic school and at church and all Sunday school. I mean, all that stuff. I was paying attention. And love thy neighbor as thyself. Give if you have shoes, give to someone who doesn't. I mean, just simple stuff. But yeah. I mean, there's a reason. I say it every day, but it's true. 10% of my income, which, folks, is not a huge amount. This is not the Mr. Beast channel. I mean, this is I can't even pay all of my bills on what I make on this channel. But 10% of my income still goes to feeding America, because if I succeed, others succeed. Any success I have should help raise the boat, everybody's boat. And that's how it should be. And I'm not saying what you should do in your circumstances. I'm saying for me, and I'm saying for Los Angeles and helping these homeless people. Yes. 2 of Swords, 6 of... Thank you, oh my, Sheila the Quilter. Thank you. So 2 of Swords, 6 of Wands, the Death card. Oh man, that's brutal. Queen of Wands, taking action. 8 of Wands, taking a lot of action. Will other cities follow suit off here and there? Here and there. Not as much as we would hope. But also, don't forget Pluto, Aquarius. Aquarius is a sign of humanitarianism. This is not Aquarius. It doesn't, at first it's like, it doesn't make sense. Why would, it isn't a water sign. Why would the symbol be water coming out of this jug? It's because Aquarius is the water bearer, giving equally to everyone. And can sometimes be portrayed as being kind of cold because it isn't emotional. It's very like a dispenser. Like, okay, everybody gets an equal amount, and that's the best way to go forward. And if you come back and you're like, but I want more, it's like, no, everybody gets an equal amount. This is going to kick up a lot of humanitarianism, and that's good. That's good. Oh, Tasha says, nailed us Aquarians. Good. Anne says, water is life. The water bearer gives life. Yeah. Yeah. Betty says, this is just to open the gates. He won't be jailed with this one. Oh, yes. True. Douglas says, I'm a Celtic pagan and I have a moral compass, unlike those hypocrites on the right. Yeah. Yeah. Rose Blue says, 12 years ago, winter, at a girlfriend's home, is it? It was cold. I took my thermals and gave them to her. Then I hurried home. Good. Yeah, it is the water care. Yeah. but it is an air sign. So, yeah. True, Dave. GM Dave. Aquarius hates inequality. True. True. So, it isn't going to be the huge revolution we wish it would be, but we're definitely, these next 20 years, there is going to be a real push for humanitarianism. So, good. All right. Jane, good reminder. There may be interference on telecommunications due to a solar burst that is expected to reach Earth around Friday. Or earlier. Today is earlier. Okay. Yeah. So, Terrence says, what's stopping the shooter from shooting the robot? Nothing. But nobody's going to die if a robot gets shot, unless there's a ricochet. Yeah, there's the sun is there's a big thing that just kind of, it's a giant, it's an unfathomably large ball of plasma, just fire. just that's what the sun is. It's not stable. There's a thing that kind of opened up, and it's like shooting a bunch of stuff out, and it's going to wash over us tomorrow, and we will be fine. That's just what it does. The big, if you're sitting in front of a log fire, every once in a while something will pop, or suddenly, something will catch, and there'll be like it'll get a big thing of flame, and then it'll die back down. Same thing, just bigger scale. It's okay. All right, it is 1:38 p.m. here in Chicago. That's going to do it for me. Thank you so much. There is nowhere else I would want to be on this first day of Pluto in Aquarius than with you. So thank you. All right. I hope you have a wonderful day. You are not alone. We are in this together, and there are good days ahead. So hang in there. And Saturday night is Patreon. The Patreon social is this Saturday night. So if you want to come and hang out on screen, because a whole bunch of people come on screen with me, and we just all talk. We have a social. That's happening Saturday night from 8 to 10 p.m. Central Time. And it's happening early this month because it's the last Saturday of each month. And next Saturday, I believe, is, it's April 1st. So, yep. So, Saturday night. Other than that, at 3:30, I'll be over on Creative Sprints, the Creative Sprints channel. And I'll be right back here tomorrow. So, you can't get rid of me, try as you might. All right, take care, and I'll see you back here tomorrow.